All right, here's another one. So here we have a couple triangles. We actually have a few triangles that are formed here, but we have this triangle ABC, and we have this triangle EBD, right? I guess is the best way to state it. And so the reason I picked those triangles out is because angle B is a right angle here, right? And we'll get that into the proof here in a minute. But since that's a right angle, those are the two right triangles, right? And so sometimes it's good to split the triangles up just so you can kind of see them separately, just so they don't get too mixed up. So we have ABC, and then we have, just draw the other one separate here like this. So we have EBD. Okay. All right. And so let's start drawing stuff in. So, or start filling our statements and reasons. So angle B is a right angle. That's given. And then our other givens, AC is equal to DE, and AB is equal to BE. Okay, and those are both given. So let me go from the equals to congruent, right? So AC, segment AC must be congruent to segment DE, and segment AB must be congruent to segment BE. And that's because of the definition of congruent segments. Right? Definition of congruent segment says if their lengths are the same, then the segments must be congruent. All right, so let's put this in here now. So it's kind of hard to see if I do here. You know, am I talking about this? Am I talking about the whole thing? Right? It's kind of hard to tell. So that's why I have them over here separate. So we know that their hypotenuse, the hypotenuse of each triangle, are respectively congruent. And then let's see, AB and BE, AB, BE. So there's a congruent leg. So hypotenuse is congruent, right, across from the right angle. Those are congruent with one another. And we have legs that are congruent. And so we can say that the triangles are congruent. So triangle ABC is congruent with triangle. So B corresponds, right? We know that for sure. So B is going to be in the middle triangle. And then since this segment is congruent with this segment and B is attached on both of those, that means that E must correspond with A, right? Okay, so that means it's going to be EBD. And the reason why is hypotenuse leg. All right, and once we say that those are congruent, now we can say that any of their parts are congruent. So any of their corresponding parts. So we can say, hey, well, angle E must be congruent with angle A because those are corresponding. And that's almost what we're trying to prove, right? Angle A is congruent with angle E, CPCTC. And then now we can say, hey, well, if they're congruent, that means the measures must be equal by definition of congruent angles. All right, and there we go.